Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Black Clover. Um, I don't know what to say. This is what I truly expected from the Black Bulls. If you guys did not hear my review from last week, I was pretty frustrated in the case of like, where was everybody, right? Like, where was our squad? Where was our people? And it looks like they had a little bit of an understanding of what could be possible at any time. So seeing them handle this situation so right felt good. Um, the thing that really kind of put me on edge, though, was the fact that regardless of everything they said, it still almost seems like we're in a position where everything is going to pretty much still be bad for our characters. Um, and by that I mean like, why do they even need to, hunt down the devil and all this stuff? And what proof, besides the fact of Asta's demon form, did they have that he was the reason behind all of this? That not only did he release magic off of people, he was the reason why the people who were elves were even freed, right? Like there's so many more things pointing towards him being the problem for the devils than him actually being the reason why the devils even have as much power, or excuse me, or they're as bad as where they're making them out to be, in the case of just like, oh, if Asta didn't do so and so, the devil would be weaker. Like, there's no proof either way for them to prove that he's evil besides the fact of this transformation, which, regardless of him taking it, they already had a pretty much good image of what the transformation really did look like. So clearly, somebody who was there, or somebody who was watching the event to go out on this raid, I think has taken this picture, or like, oh my gosh, or has a good memory of what Asta was looking like, because no one was like, I feel like no one who was there during the battle would have given such a depiction, like, oh yeah, he looks like this, he looks like that, make sure you just take him out, like, I don't think anybody who was in that situation would give him that. But I could be wrong. I mean, look at Buha. He's seen enough of Asta to probably give a relatively good description of that transformation. I don't think it was a necessary surprise to him. It shouldn't have been a surprise to the actual king as well. So it could have just been the king. He's like, I know that he was all blacked out and had this crazy black magic. So it's getting really interesting though. I think as soon as the arc ended, there could have been like a time for relaxation, or like a time for, you know, Noelle and my favorite Golden Dawn girl being in bikinis. But I guess waiting until the end credits to see the bikini stuff is not that bad of a wait. But I have a feeling that the show almost needs to have like a little bit of a relaxation period, because it's just been relatively like thing after thing after thing now, which I'm fine with. I don't really have a problem with it, but I feel like if they are trying to do what they've been doing, then we're definitely gonna get like some break or gaggy episodes that uh don't necessarily forward the progress of the story, but is a placeholder, aka a filler. Kind of like them going to the beach or something like that, or just them celebrating the fact that they're all together, and that anything could happen from here on out. So, they're dealing with devils and ridiculously strong beings like that. So enjoy all these moments while you can, pretty much type of deal. The other problem with this is, sure, you got the Wizard King, the Wizard King got Asta out of trouble for a little bit here, but the problem for me is the Black Bulls are so valuable that if you make them leave, you're vulnerable. Like your whole entire stability is vulnerable again. I mean, to be fair, we have a salamander there. We have, the Silver Eagles captain who's feeling relatively positive, not positive, but probably more confident in himself and wants to grow as much as his rival has with that summon that he's got. Which is still interesting to me that there isn't like a water version of a spirit, like a water spirit, fire spirit, earth. Like it feels like they kind of just dropped the ball on uh, giving us more of them, in my opinion. I feel like there's no harm in making more of them, including seeing how you could already make multiple characters from the Black Pool when they're weaker, take out a weaker salamander, supposedly, right? So there's that. Um, but yeah, just the moment of the Black Bulls showing up and pretty much all stating their reasons why people should trust Asta, people should have Asta in their corner, all this stuff was amazing. Um, I've seen, I've actually seen this panel done from the manga because of pictures on Twitter. Shout out to the Twitter guys. But I didn't. I thought that this panel already happened because with mangas, you can't really tell what you're looking at sometimes until there's like color added. Like it just looked like a whole bunch of Black Bull members walking somewhere. Like they did something and now they're walking towards someone. I didn't expect it to be this moment, which is why I didn't feel like it was a spoiler because the Black Bulls have shown up a lot of times and nick the times in the panel. You don't even see Asta at all, so I guess that could have been an indicator for me. Um, but yeah, I think the guy with the scale got pretty owned this week by everybody showing up. He was about to die by Yami, and Yami just go as a fugitive too. I guess I don't know. Just like Noel's brother said, like, what did you plan to do after this? Like after you swung and took this man's head, probably. What were you gonna do? Like, where were you gonna go? You got a group of people that you're the captain of, and you're just gonna pretty much not even be in a position to be able to live in the kingdom anymore after you did what you were about to do. So why do it? And of course, everybody understood why Yami would do it. Yami loves these members of his team more than himself, and if he could take all of this hate and drama off of Asta, I believe he would have. And him about to attack the main guy who was the cause and effect of all this is pretty telling, right? So now that the Black Bulls are on another journey slash adventure, I have a good feeling we're probably gonna see what comes with the just not being trusted, right? There's probably gonna be some people from the Clover Kingdom to send out their own to maybe mess with or keep an eye on Asta and stuff like that. They also put like this um, collar on it, or like this wrist guard to make sure they can even track him and make sure they know exactly what the heck he's up to and stuff like that. So it's getting interesting, guys, and I definitely want to know what you guys are feeling on all this. Everything has been relatively interesting as a whole because without Asta really just being himself and saving the sister of our mirror guy and trying to get everybody's attention, and these royals are just acting as we predict they would. Oh, you're such an unsightly scene, boy. Oh God, like just acting like the most, acting the most. And it puts us in such a great position to just be like, okay, we know what you are bringing to the table. We know what they're going to continuously bring to the table. So guess what? We're going to show you that if you do keep putting this fate on Asta, if you keep pointing this finger at him, we'll show you that there was no way that you can do that by bringing you more, you know, bringing you more evidence that there's other worse threats out there than this person. And as you saw, if it wasn't for Asta, that guy with the tipping the scale might have actually beaten everybody in there, right? Like, I don't know what he actually does with his magic after he distributes your stuff and makes it weaker or whatever, but no one had the true firepower to like mess with him from what I could understand after he does that, right? I mean, Vanessa had a good point as uh, I don't think that any of them could be touched because the cat was alive, but I don't think she would have got as many opportunities to change the future, or maybe the future's threat lines wouldn't have been as favorable as they could have been with her having more power to put into it. So it seemed like uh, a big disadvantage for the Black Bulls just because of this situation, right? Just because of how powerful one guy is and what he's capable of. He almost put them all in jeopardy just because all the people there that he wasn't, taking their magic away could have easily all teamed up and maybe had a much better chance of taking them out. But as we see, it didn't affect Asta one bit at all as he releases that magic off of them and allows them to go back into full power. What does Yami do right after he feels like you just took away his power? He rushes you with his power. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped to see what all is going to happen, why the Black Bulls are now out in the world while the kingdom needs as much backup and as much protection as possible. But you know what? Let's send the guy out with the sword that protected everybody. Let's send a whole group out of people that all practically went inside of this other world to save us and fought the devil. Well, maybe not fought him hand to hand, like face to face, but they fought people that were, you know, the strongest of the Midnight Suns, the reincarnated people. Plus the devil was there, so it's like those are the types of people you just sent away because of your own bias and scared lifestyle. So we'll see how this turns out. I'm very hoping that it's pretty hype and we all can enjoy. But with all that being said, have an awesome day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you're watching this. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will talk to you in the next one. Peace.